But anyway, we have our game loaded on up here, spawning the bottom right. In the red, the ace for Team NV, Maru. And his opponent on the upper left-hand side. In the blue, representing Kaitsa Gaming, Solar. Now, as I say that, I was going to say that this matchup is relatively even. Or has been relatively even over the last bit of time, but that is not the case. Pull up a League of Lag here. Look at, well, look at their recent matches. Maru did 2-1 Solar in Code S. He 2-0'd Solar, of course, in Katowice. He 3-1 Solar in TSL TSL 6. Solar did beat him in Aces ROG back at the end of 2020. So Solar had a bit of a winning streak against Maru before that, but recently it has been all Maru. Now that being said, of course, things are getting thrown in a little bit into craziness here as, well, Maru, he's going for proxy 2 racks, and Solar will scout this, but this is such a good position here. Yeah, Solar keeps trying to kill off these SCVs, but there is not a world where he's really going to be able to get that done with these, with the drones here. So he's going to pull a couple more, but these barracks, oh, you know what? Okay, never mind. The RNG looks like it will be happy here for Maru. So this is the difference between a Maru proxy and an innovation proxy at face value. Maru, he gets his barracks up even if they're scouted, and innovation does not. Because Maru just got that much better positioning here with the barracks, and that does mean both barracks will complete. So DRG, or excuse me, Solar, he's going to try to make this happen, but well, he can't get on top of any of this. The drone pull is not worth anything whatsoever here, and this is such a good position here for Maru. Now, he will have to lift one of these barracks for a second to get his to get the SCVs out, but now, of course, the upside here is the bunker's not all that fast. Zerglings are on the way, and the creep spread is starting to happen. So that is something that Solar will be able to make use of here, but let's be real. It is a 2-racks. It is not meant to end the game. I mean, if it does, if he gets bunkers up, sure. That's fantastic there for Maru. But realistically, the drone pull will happen. Maru is going to micro backwards, and the question really is how many workers will Maru kill before he loses his Marines here. So the Zerglings are here, but now it's 5 Marines, and well, actually, this is going to be a really nice surround here from Solar. So he's actually just targeting down the Zerglings first before anything else, and you know what? This is actually going to be a fantastic hold here from Solar for the time being. That being said, though, a lot of Zerglings will go on down, and this is a decent... Oh, there we go. Salvage as well. So bunker did get up, actually, surprisingly enough, but not really going to get a whole lot. And this is a fantastic hold here from Solar. Only 2 SC... or only 2 Pro... Wow. Cycle through all of the workers before I get the right one. Only 2 drones will go on down. And yeah, some Zerglings will die, and some lost mining time is there to be sure, but... I mean, only 2 workers. That's actually really good here for Solar. And that does mean that Maru, he's at a bit of a disadvantage going on into this game. But you got to remember, right? It's a proxy barrack strat. It's so good. I never see it lose in tournament situations. None of these Marines will go on in and just be a little bit annoying. Oh, they're going to deny a decent amount of creep spread. That's going to be very nice here for Maru. Knocking down those 2 tumors early that, you know, Solar did commit to. Getting those 2 creep tumors does mean that those are less transfuses, or less injects, excuse me, which means there's less production. As I wish our observer would go on and change the score, of course. For those of you just tuning in, this is 3-3. This is the... Oh, never mind. I guess you put it up above. No? Oh, yeah, okay. Never mind. That works, because this is set 4, and the score between these 2 players in the set is 0-0. But yeah, of course, for those of you tuning in, this is 3-3. This is the ace match coming on up here. And, man, it's shaping up to be an interesting one already. Maru going for a proxy barrack strat that was scouted, that was held very well. And now we're going to have to see really where he goes from here. It looks like Solar, as Solar does, as we've seen him do in the past when Maru has proxy barracks him and it has not worked. Well, we got Roach Warren on the way here. Solar not going to bother with... I mean, he has a 3rd base on the way, sure, but it's going to be a 34, 37, 38... drone, Roach, Ravager all in, and we're going to have to really see whether Maru can hold. Now, we have a Hellion drop coming on in, and this is Maru. He's going to try to kneecap Solar before this build really gets started. Now, the question, though, is whether Solar will get the scout on this. Oh, look at all the Zerglings already here, already ready. So yeah, this is not really gonna work on out. So Hellions, they're gonna maybe try to dive on into the natural, but we already have roaches on the way as well. So Maru, he is grasping at straws for damage, and actually there's nothing here in the natural. So this is gonna be a tasty drone barbecue. 6 workers will go on down here, and it's only gonna be higher from there. 9 total workers have died, and maybe he's gonna get a 10th. No, okay, the full surround, but 9 workers do die, and that is suboptimal when you're trying to go for a bit of a cheeky bit of pressure here. I think Solar actually is just going to be forced to give up at this point, as he is going to drone up behind this. Yeah, there are some roaches on the way, but it appears that now Solar at this point is going to be trying to kind of force into a similar build that DRG was in the previous series when he caught Innovation doing the same thing. Now, yeah, these, especially with the Banshee, yeah, this is not going to get anything done. So, Lair on the way, drones on the way, yeah. Solar, the game's just going to go a little bit later. Some of the Banshee will find its way on in, but there's a Spore here. There are a bunch of Queens, and yeah, nice cancel there. So really, this Banshee not getting a whole lot done. This is really an interesting game, right? Because it is a game of 2 players trying to hit each other, trying to do damage to each other, and neither play being all that successful. Well, I guess outside of that one Hellion run by where Maru got 9 drones. So maybe that's not quite true. But the Banshee didn't get anything done. The Proxy Barracks didn't get a whole lot done. And, well, the Roach attack also did not get anything done. So here we stand. Solar, 62 workers. He's on 3 bases. His 4th base should be up rather soon. His creep spread is not incredible, but it's not bad. And he will have an upgrade disadvantage compared to Maru. So that's kind of where we stand right now. I do expect this to be maybe Roach Ravager Ling Bane is going to be the composition, as we do have a bunch of Zerglings on the way. We're going to have to look at what upgrades Solar decides to go for, though. And this is interesting. Solar going for that linear 4th. Normally we see that kind of the triangular 3rd taken as the 4th base, but anyway, we're going to have to see what exactly. So there we go. Carapace, is it melee? Is it ranged? Most likely, yeah, melee coming on up here. So I don't know how. I think these Ravagers just morphed, or these Roaches just warped into Ravagers just to make advantage of things. But oh, look at that. Oh, that's really cool. So the creep spread was killed off. The vision there was killed off. And that gave Maru room to get in with this triple drop on top of Solar and really find his way on into the main base here. So he's going to sim on up, and he will at the very least get a gas. I don't think he's going to get that much more than that, but I mean, it's only Ling Ravager, so Maru, he doesn't have his upgrades though, so he will be forced back here. But getting a gas, forcing Solar to reposition. All those things are rather nice indeed. And again, +1, it is going to be done in 25 seconds, and that is going to give him a nice timing, where there is 1-1 for him, combat shields as well, and his opponent won't even have Baneling speed. So if we're looking at things, that is going to be a fantastic timing for Maru to really leverage his power here, and maybe deny this 4th base from Solar's. Now we have a bunch of tanks here, and there is a reason, in part, why you don't take this base rather early, because, well, it's a little bit easier for the Terran to push on into. It's a little bit more closed off here, as the Ravager Biles will not land, and now Maru's going to stem on in. Now this run by, though, Solar, yeah, he will be able to get a decent amount of this, as Maru does do a really good job targeting those Banelings down, because Baneling speed's not done, so it's going to be a base going down, and this run by actually will not kill off a mineral line. It's going to try to make a flanking action, but that's not going to work either, and Solar a little bit indecisive, and this is not going to be good for him. I think Solar could have done some somewhat equalizing damage with that, as exposed as that mineral line was. I don't think there were any tanks, and the rally was not all that big. But now this gives Maru license to continue the push here, as the spree splits are going to be rather good. Tanks are going to siege on up here. Now the Banelings will spell on in finally here, as the Baneling speed is done. But even then, the Banelings are not going to be incredible. The majority, or part of Maru's army, still stands strong here. He's got a 20 army supply lead, and I mean, he still has a Banshee, but who cares about the Banshee? I certainly don't. Doesn't really matter here. But the more tanks are moving forward here, we're going to see the creep start to get cleaned on up. And Solar, he's only on 3 bases, right? So Maru, reasonably, he's still going to be in a good spot here. So he will find a couple queens. But the further he pushes, the better it is for him, as he's doing a really good job of really taking it to Solar at this point. And it feels like maybe, just maybe, the snowball position is here. Maru on this small map, rallying on in. The Banelings are just not connecting. And with 2 tanks here looking to leverage this position, I mean, this is just a scary, scary position here for Maru. Now, more Banelings will run on in, but Maru, he's just targeting it all down here, and we will have to see some Ravager battles go on in. One of the tanks will go on down, of course, but it's at the cost of a decent amount of Queens, a decent amount of Ravagers, and Maru's push just continues. It's now a 30 army supply lead, no longer a 20. Queens are going to start to go down. Maru going to stem on forward here. GG Maru, the super ace for Team NV, will take it in one game here in the ace match. Team NV taking the series 4-3, and Team NV, your only undefeated team of the World Team League that is left.